To perform a pelvic curl, lie down on a mat or on the ground with your knees bent up so that your feet are hip width apart and flat on the floor. To check whether your lower back is in a neutral position or not, you should be able to feel a slight gap in your lower back, approximately the depth of one flat hand between the ground and your back. You can also check whether your pelvis is in neutral by feeling for your two hip bones and seeing if these are level with your pubic bone. To start the movement, relax your arms by your side, engage your core, that is engaging your lower abdomen and lifting up with your pelvic floor muscles, and exhaling to slowly roll the pelvis up and back, then lifting up each level of your spine one by one, rolling up as high as you can go, while still maintaining that pelvic curl or tuck. This prevents the movement from jamming out the lower lumbar joints. Inhale to hold, and exhale to slowly lower each level of the spine down one by one, before returning the pelvis to a neutral position. Again, it's engaging your core, exhaling to slowly roll the pelvis up and back, lifting each level of the spine one by one, inhaling to hold at the top of the movement, maintaining that pelvic tuck, and exhaling to slowly lower each level of the spine down one by one, and returning the pelvis to a neutral position. Where most people go wrong with this exercise is they force the pelvis up into the air and jam out the lower facet joints of the back, which is usually quite a painful way to do it. Other times, people brace the arms, shoulders, head and chest and force themselves back into the ground in order to push their pelvis up. Another error we see is people plonk themselves back down onto the mat, only performing half of the technique correctly. And of course, this isn't using the muscles in the right way and isn't likely to strengthen your core. If you experience a hamstring cramp, it's likely that you're clawing your heels into the ground. One way to avoid this is to keep the pressure between your heels and your forefoot even as you perform the technique. So once again, to recap, we engage the core, exhale, slowly roll the pelvis up and back, maintaining the pelvic curl. Inhale to hold at the top of the movement, exhale to slowly lower each level of the spine one by one, and return the pelvis to a neutral position.